Welcome back to WT Bricks for another episode of building Mandalore and Lego. Last update, we added this building onto the side here, and I did this building here. And I did mention at the end of the episode that I wasn't 100% convinced I'd made the right choices with the pattern on here. And the more I've looked at it, the more I've decided I want to amend it. And I think I'm going to do away with the light bluish grey frame around the dark bluish grey. I'm going to make the building dark bluish grey in its entirety. Now, I did look for some images online, and I did find a couple which has given me some inspiration for what I want the building to look like, with a little bit more detail on the front section just there. Without further ado, let's just strip this bit down and then make a start on the new building. And the revisions to the back building are starting to take shape, and it's a lot more boring looking, I think, than the previous build. However, I think it is going to be the right way forward. I'm going to be changing over now to a light bluish grey for a window inset on there, so I'm hoping that's really going to bring this to life. One thing I am considering doing, as I had on the previous build, is actually doing a column up the edge here which is of the light bluish grey, but I'm just going to play it by ear, see how it goes, and then we'll make some decisions further down the line. And I finally feel like I'm making some progress with this building. I'm going to make a couple of amendments here. I'm going to do away with the slopes on the very bottom here. This section here is going to go down by about 4 or 5 bricks, and then I'm going to have the window. Now, the window is going to be a little bit bigger, so I'm going to have another one of those square sections in between those two parts just there, so it's much bigger. It's going to take up more of that wall. I am going to continue with this pillar up the side, and then when it gets to the very top, it will go over to the light bluish grey, as I've got an idea what I want to do on the platform above it, but I'm a lot happier with how this is coming on now compared to what it was previously. So let's make those changes and see how it comes out. And that's a revision made to the window on the building, and I've also changed the bottom bit as I said I was going to do. I've left a gap in here, so I'm going to have some sort of grill effect inside there, and I got that idea off of one of the images I saw online. I think that's going to work out quite well, just give it a little bit more variety. Once I've built this grey wall up here, in dark bluish grey that is, I'm going to go across by about 3 or 4 bricks on top of that, and then a light bluish grey to cap that off, and then that would be the viewing platform or the courtyard. So it is actually going to be higher than I originally planned. Originally it was going to be this high, but it's probably going to work out about 50% higher than that one. But yeah, let's carry on building that up and see how it comes out. And that's the building on the side, all up to the height I wish to go. All I need to do now is a support beam going across to the back wall there to enable me to carry on building this side wall up all the way across there. Also need to do is block off the inside of that so I can place it all off, and that's going to enable me to do the courtyard, landing pad, whatever I decide to put on that particular section. So let's turn the MOC around, work from the back, and then we can start building that all up. And that's the top of the building all plated off, and as you can see there's an entrance to a doorway in there with some snot bricks. They'll get all tiled off to give a door effect. There's another snot brick on the wall there for the control panel. This snot brick, they'll just have some details added onto the wall, but this is as high as this section of the building will be going. I'm going to do a walkway that comes out now by probably about 6 to 8 studs, and then the building will carry on going up. This section just here, I am considering changing that over and putting some windows in there, and I might even make it so it comes out similar to what I've done on the side just there, and I still need to obviously make the window section. They'll be going down the bottom. But all in all, really happy with how this building is coming along. It's going to look so much nicer once I have got the glass in there, the landing platforms and the doors and all of that sort of thing done. And the postman's just been, and I've had a BrickLink order come in from Brickeridoo, and this is from a friend of mine called Klaus. He's in Germany. He's a fan of the channel, and he has got a fantastic store on BrickLink. So I'll leave a link in the description. So I highly recommend checking it out. And he's also got a YouTube channel as well, which again I'll leave a link for. And he's building an amazing Tatooine MOC at the moment. So I'd highly recommend going along there and hitting the subscribe button on his channel as well. That'd be much appreciated. Let's try and get into this box. Very well packaged. And this parcel has arrived so quickly, and Klaus is always really good with communications and things like that. So let's see what we got in there. So here is his card, and then there's the order sheet, and we've got in here small window pieces there for obviously Mandalore, a load of the step pieces, and this is for my Gotham City MOC. Some arches in here, and it looks like a treat as well. Thank you very much, Klaus. And these are for the flat iron building, so I ran out of these, so I can now carry on building the flat iron-esque building. Some 1x4 plates, which again are for Mandalore. Some of these windows in trans blue. These are going to be for the prison cells on the building that I'm working on at the moment. And we've got some arches here for the Gotham build series. Some 1x4 plate in dark bluish grey, some jumper plates in dark bluish grey, some handcuffs. They're going to be brilliant for doing little decorations around Gotham City. Some 1x1s in dark bluish, some more trans blue bricks, and also some of these modified plates, I suppose they are, alpha shapes, and all of these parts are for the prison cells. Then I've got some 1x2x5s. And also some more decorative bricks, some clips. These are going to be used on the Arkham Asylum. I needed some more of these for the windows. 1x2s in dark bluish grey, the dark pearl ingot pieces. It's 1x6 dark bluish grey plates, 1x10 dark bluish grey plates, and these are 1x12s, 1x8s, and then I've got these sloped sort of pyramid sort of things as well, and these again are just going to be for Gotham City. So yeah, really pleased with that haul. So thank you very much for getting that out to me as quickly as you did, Klaus. Much appreciated. And once again, if everybody go and check out his BrickLink store, he has got a lot to offer there at fantastic prices, and also check his channel out. Now that I've had the order come in from BrickLink, it's going to enable me to get on with a couple of the smaller builds, and this is one of the builds that I'm wishing to make. These small towers here, which will be going on the Mandalore MOC. So without further ado, let's get the parts all up together, what I think I'm going to need, and see what we can create. And here are the towers, and I think I've got it as best I can. I was originally going to be using some of the slopes on the sides and use the dark bluish grey ones and the light bluish grey, but it didn't look that accurate to the source material. So I decided to use a snot technique and use the inverted slopes and the normal slopes to create this bit that slides in again. So they have a slopes at the back there. This was the one that you just saw on the time lapse, and this is another version that I've just knocked up, almost identical in its design. The only thing is the plate here is, or the tile here is one plate further back. The problem with this is you can see the dark bluish grey on the inside, which you can't on the source material. And at the top here, I've got the yellow lines that you see in the image. However, it doesn't look quite right. I don't know whether it's the yellow's too bright or what the issue is. I know it should have a couple of lines going off at angles, but for me, I think I prefer the version just here on the left. So what I'm going to do is try and get enough pieces in to create probably about half a dozen of these towers, and then they're going to be on the Mandalore MOC, but really pleased with how they've come out. Need to work out what sort of antennas to put on the top of these. As you can see, those in the source material as well. But all in all, yeah, really happy with how that little build's come on. Anyway, that's all we got time for. I hope you've enjoyed the update. If you have, please remember to give us a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content on the channel. If you know anybody else you think would be interested in building Mandalore or building Gotham, if you could share the channel with them, I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, thanks for popping by. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.